It is time now for the PHL 5 o'clock news for this Saturday evening, February 14th, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here on your 5 o'clock news headlines here, not top story at 5 o'clock here. Is in London, where a gunman fired shots on Saturday into a Copenhagen cafe that was hosting a public event on freedom of speech, featured Swedish artists who have received death threats for 2007 cartooning Hindu character in the Prophet Muhammad. Fighting in East Ukraine showed no signs of abating in the lead-up to the ceasefire between Kiev and Ukraine's Russia-backed rebels set to take effect at midnight on Sunday morning. Grateful. Haligonians are offering an outpouring of support to Halifax, Nova Scotia Regional Police and the RCMP after the plot for a mass killing at the Halifax shopping center was stopped on Friday. In Portland, Oregon's governor-to-be Kate Brown was sworn by media and well-wishers when she entered the Oregon Historical Society to celebrate the state's 156th birthday. In Baghdad, Iraqi soldiers and militants of the Islamic State group clashed again over the weekend in a western Iraqi town that has changed hands several times in skirmishes near a military base where American troops are training Iraqi soldiers. Our forecasters are tracking a potential weekend blizzard in Massachusetts. We'll have more of that in a couple of minutes. Here in Sana'a, tens of thousands of Yemenis demonstrated in several cities on Saturday against the will of the Shiite Muslim Houthi movement as clashes between Hafez and Sunnis in a southern mountainous region that left 26 dead. Arvind Kejriwal is sworn in as Delhi chief minister. At least 16 people have died in a crash between a freight train and a packed bus in northern Mexico that happened on Friday evening at a level crossing Anahuac near the border with the United States. In Los Angeles, Labor Secretary Tom Perez will travel to California to help broker an agreement between shipping companies and dock workers in a dispute that has led to a partial shutdown in the ports along the U.S. Jeb Bush's money juggernaut as far clips in the efforts of his would-be rivals for the 2016 GOP presidential nomination put in his two political committees on pace to amass an unprecedented sum of tens of millions of dollars by early spring. Washington, the Federal Aviation Administration cites economic and safety benefits in seeking rules largely favorable to companies that want to use small drones, according to an agency analyst. The American International Group Incorporated continues to make effort to improve its business fortunes, even suffered a sharp decline in profit in the fourth quarter last year. Health law signups hit snagging a big weekend. Benedict Cumberbatch and Sophie Hunter pulled off a quiet wedding Saturday on the Isle of Wight. In Berlin, this year's Berlin Golden Bear won by Jafar Panahi's film Taxi, in which the Iranian director posed as taxi director rode for the streets of Tehran engaged in his passengers running down, capturing the spirit of the Iranian. In Los Angeles, after 12 years of filming Boyhood, a new year promoted it, director Richard Linklater is finding it hard to fathom saying goodbye to a project that he calls deeply personal in its reflections on a modern American family. The visual effects group responsible for shaping Christopher Nolan's 2014 science fiction adventure Interstellar has recently released a new scientific paper on the activity of the black holes. Those who strongly believe that man-made climate change will destroy the Earth, and others who just as strongly deny such claims. Aggressive HIV strain leading to AIDS in 3 years discovered in Cuba. Every 3 minutes, someone dies from a stroke, and stroke is the nation's number 3 killer. But there's a new way to reduce a stroke risk. It is a Mediterranean-style diet. Take a look at New England alerts here at 5:04. A Springfield Fire Department official has apparent propane tank explosion left its garbage door. In Boston, Massachusetts, a person struck by a Red Line train at Park Station and extrication underway. And in Holyoke, Massachusetts, a multi-car motor vehicle accident rolled over with an trapped on 391 northbound IO exit 4. Tools are working. Take a look at Sports News here. Louis Dampier has heads a group of Hall of Fame honorees as the ABA's all-time leader in points, assists, games, three-pointers, and minutes. Finally has a place in the Hall of Fame. Beaver Creek, Colorado, the defending World Olympic slalom champion Michaela Shiffrin rode down to a Challenging race course in the first one of the women's slalom started to take a substantially halfway fight the event in the Alpine World Ski Champions. And in one NHL score here, so far this afternoon, it is Ottawa 7, Edmonton 2. Peter Chell News on 5:05. And it's time now for a travel report here on this Saturday afternoon here. And I was riding down up 95 in Mansfield. And the roads were slow going because of the storm here. And the visibility is low. And it's going to get worse by Sunday. So be off the roads as looking at the traffic situation around the region here at 5:05 here. And it's slow going the highways, byways of New England there. As we got accidents on the Mass Pike between Westboro and Natick and Weston between 495 and 128. Accident around 120 around Burlington. Accident 128 between 93 and 95. And we got accidents up on 93 in New Hampshire and Route 3 up in Nashua, New Hampshire. And we got accident around 290 in Worcester and accident around 395. So if you are driving on the roads, use some caution and be safe here. And Route 3 is more on fine from Braintree all the way down for Sagamore. Route 6 is more on fine from Sagamore all the way down for Orleans. And Route 495 is more on fine from Taunton all the way up to Wareham here. Peter Cello News time is 5:06. And let's take a look at the weather and the latest on the blizzard. But first of all, current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 5 o'clock here on this Saturday evening here. 26 degrees on temperature with snow and freezing fog. Humidity 88%. Wind speed southeast about 10 miles per barometer. 20.65 inches. Super about 23 degrees. And a visibility of half a mile. And a wind chill about 16 degrees here. Current conditions around the region here. It is 23 out of Boston. It's 19 in Pittsburgh. 21 in Bedford. 22 in Haverhill, it's 23 out of Beverly. It's 24 in Gloucester, 21 in Worcester, 23 in Sturbridge, 25 in Webster, 27 in Milford, 24 in Norwood, 26 in Taunton, 26 in Bedford. It's 28 in Plymouth, 27 in Falmouth and Provincetown, 28 in Chatham, 27 in Montford, 31 in Nantucket, it's 30 in Blockon, 31 in Westerly, it's 28 in Providence, 27 in Smithfield, 28 in New York City, 30 in Islip, 32 in Montauk, 31 in Long Island, Bridgeport and Waverton, it's 22 in Denbury, 23 in Waterbury, 27 in Meriden, 22 in Hartford, 18 in Winslow, 16 in Springfield, it's 18 in Amherst, 16 in Greenfield, 20 in Athol, 19 in Pittsfield, 17 in North Massachusetts, 20 in Albany, New York, it's 21 in Saratoga Springs, it's 20 in Bayton, 16 in Brentwood, Vermont, 15 in Bradford, Vermont, 14 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 19 in Keene, New Hampshire, 15 in Jeff, New Hampshire, 12 above in Laconia, New Hampshire, it's 15 in Concord, New Hampshire, 17 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 18 in Nashua, New Hampshire, 23 out in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and 16 out in Portland, Maine here. And take a look at our surface map around the country. It shows station front from eastern Alberta stretching way down into Wyoming here. Merging with a cold front from southeastern Wyoming down to Colorado down to Seven Plains. And down for Tennessee Valley, stretching up the Appalachians up into central Pennsylvania and up to western New York. A warm front from eastern New York stretching out to New England out to sea. A front off the Jersey coastline stretching down south, and a station front off the Florida coastline here. Get a front from eastern Arizona stretching to western Mexico. Get a front from north central California stretching down to the California coastline with a low pressure right there here. High pressure in the four-quarter region and up in the northeastern Manitoba and off the Gulf of Mexico here. And we got low pressure in southeastern Colorado and central Pennsylvania and west central New York State here. It is 11 degrees out of Detroit, 69 in Pittsburgh, 44 in Washington, D.C., 59 in Atlanta, 66 in Miami, Florida, 76 in Brownsville, Texas, 77 in Dallas, Texas, it's 62 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 63 out in Denver, 82 in Phoenix, and in Los Angeles, California, it is 73 in Las Vegas, 64 in San Francisco, 58 in Salt Lake City, it is 63 in Denver, 53 in Seattle, 44 in Great Falls, Montana, 4 above in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 21 in Omaha, Nebraska, 30 in Kansas City, and 8 above in Chicago. Here, okay, let's take a look at our surf rate in our situation around the country here. Shows a lot of snow coming to much of eastern Massachusetts, around Southern Vermont, New Hampshire, and up into Maine here, and snowing around Interstate 87, around New York from Plattsburgh over down for Albany, down for Poughkeepsie, and stretch around New York City, around Islip, and it's snowing around 7 New Hampshire, Western Vermont, from Route 7 from Burlington all the way down for Rutland and down for Bennington here, and snowing around New Hampshire and southern and central Maine and mid-coast Maine, and it's a long action in south-central New Hampshire around Exeter and Durham. And zoom you out, and it shows a line of snow around eastern, central, and western New York, down for Pennsylvania, down for northern Maryland, and down for western Virginia, down for eastern Kentucky, and snowing around Ohio, down for Indiana, down for western Michigan, and eastern Michigan, and one enough central portions of UPM, Michigan here, and some rain showers of west central portions of North Carolina, and rain, sleet, and snow around western North Carolina, rain showers of central and southeastern portions of Virginia and out to sea. Rain showers off the Jersey coastline and snow around eastern portion of New Jersey here. And a lot of snow showers around the Dakotas, stretching in eastern Saskatchewan down to southwest Manitoba. Rain and sleet around central and east central portion of Wyoming. And rain showers in northwestern portions of Montana, stretching to southwestern Alberta here. And rain showers west of Seattle on the western Washington State mountains. And rain around Vancouver here. Okay. Rain, sleet and snow around south-central portions of Alaska. And take a look at our satellite loop here, and it shows clouds coming to much of the Middle-Atlantic and northeastern states around the Canadian Maritimes, and coming to much of the Great Lakes, and then up in the Dakotas, and coming to much of the Northern and Central Rockies around northeastern Nevada here, and a lot of clouds from Montana, stretching to Northern Idaho, down for Oregon, up into Washington, coming to much of British Columbia, and around much of the Canadian provinces here. Alright, take a look at our forecast discussion around the region here. First of all, around the country here. Heavy snow for portions of New England here. Strong gusty winds for the northeast of the United States. And below normal temperatures across much of the eastern two-thirds of the contiguous United States. And snow not has to build from Kansas to Oklahoma eastward to the lower Ohio and Tennessee valleys here. Throughout the early hours of the period, generally light snows are expected to spread across the northeast and ahead of the well-defined system currently dropping bands throughout the lower Great Lakes region, except for brief but intense band of snow and rain showers becoming a sharp cold front sweeping across the Yarra Valley this afternoon, and is expected to be reaching Midland States by this evening, and this front has induced gusty winds and an Arctic air mass that is forecast to spread across much of the eastern two-thirds of the lower 48 this period, except below the 0 to the single-digit high temperatures from the upper Mississippi Valley, eastward throughout the Great Lakes and northeast on Sunday. Below normal temperatures extend south all the way to the eastern and Gulf Coast on Sunday, with portions of the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and Mid-Atlantic States more than 30 degrees below normal highs. As your thermometric system over the Great Lakes moves to the northeast Saturday night and the Sunday evening, area of low pressure is forecast to develop and strengthen and rapidly near Long Island and the southern New England coastline in blizzard conditions, along with powerful winds near hurricane force gusts are possible along portions of the northeast coast as this formidable system spins toward the Canadian Maritimes on Sunday. Heavy snowfall accumulations are likely, especially around the northern New England coastline. As the formal system spins toward the Canadian Maritimes on Sunday, heavy snowfall accumulations are likely, especially along the northern New England coastline, and into the already above average totals for the season. And the heaviest amounts are expected to center along down East Spain, where over 2 feet of snow appears likely. Across the south-central United States, precipitation is forecasted to develop across the southern plains of the lower Mississippi Valley and Ohio Valley and Tennessee valleys in the late Sunday and Monday, as the southerly low-level winds begin to pull moisture from the Gulf of Mexico over the top of the Arctic air mass and pull a place at its surface. And this combination of warm, moist air will often show sub-freezing temperatures at the surface, as expected to produce a swamp of sleet and freezing rain from southern Oklahoma, eastward across southern Arkansas and northern Mississippi and Alabama, and further north, accumulated snows are likely from northern Oklahoma and eastern Kansas eastward into the lower Ohio and Tennessee valleys here. Okay, take a look at forecast discussion around the region here. A powerful and very dangerous offshore storm develops tonight throughout Sunday with a period of blizzard condition for coastal communities. Sunday morning, extremely dangerous winds with hurricane force wind gusts for the outer Cape and Nantucket, exceptionally cold air. The cold of the season falls late Sunday and Tuesday morning. Another storm system is projected by midweek, followed by another surge of brutal cold. There's a pattern here. Snow, cold. Near term for tonight, 11 a.m. update. Patchy light snow has begun across portions of the Connecticut Valley at 16 degrees, even with high temperature. 2-point spreads likely due to very cold temperatures, mainly in the single digits. And northern low pressure working on to the eastern Great Lakes at 15 degrees, a warm front of sorts. Development across New York City area, northwest, but developed most of which the loft, but could reach the ground. Appears that the steadier snow are across central New York and the northeast Pennsylvania and northern New Jersey at 16 degrees. Front will continue to develop further east as the low develops and begins to redevelop off the New Jersey coast as this afternoon and evening. Very low early morning temperatures noted as low as 19 below at Norwood, 15 below at Chicopee, and 14 below both at Taunton and Bedford as winds drop up to calm. Temperatures are recovering well as winds become more southerly. Fact readings with this morning were around 5 degrees colder than forecast, which have been updated pups to increase just a bit over western areas with precipitation already starting to fall a bit likely. Alrighty, tonight's lows we're going to see temperatures in the teens for much of the region. To single digits around the Berkshires of Massachusetts up to Vermont, Western New Hampshire, and up in upstate New York, north of Albany here. And we are under a blizzard warning from 7 p.m. tonight to 4 a.m. on Monday morning here. As the blizzard warning remains in effect until 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Monday, wind chill warnings remain in effect from 4 p.m. Sunday to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. Locations: Eastern Interior Massachusetts has stats blizzard conditions, including heavy snow, poor visibility, and strong damaging winds. Dangerously low wind chill values at snow accumulations of about 6 to 10 inches and timing. A lull in the snow is expected late this evening into the overnight, then heavier snow will return to very late tonight into Sunday morning before tapering off in the afternoon. The worst condition with heavy snow and blizzard conditions are expected to be strong to be Sunday morning, but considerable blowing snow and very strong winds will continue into Sunday evening here. Impact travel will become nearly impossible and potentially left-fronted on Sunday morning due to whiteout conditions and really cold wind chills, especially along and inside Route 120. The condition will remain dangerous for travel. In fact, Sunday evening due to blowing and drifting snow, reduced visibility and dangerously cold wind chills. Power outages are to be expected at some locations due to very strong winds. Winds northwest 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts up to 6 miles per hour. Visibilities 1/4 mile or less at times, and wind chill readings as low as 26 below Sunday night into Monday morning here. A blizzard warning is issued when sustained winds are frequent. Gusts over 35 miles per hour are expected with considerable falling and blowing and drifting snow. Travel must be completed by late Sunday or late afternoon, and these venture outdoors may become lost or too strength to stay indoors. A wind chill warning is issued when the wind chill index is likely to fall to 25 degrees below zero or colder for at least 3 hours. A wind chill index below 30 below could bring about frostbite and little as 10 minutes, and outdoor exposure should be limited here. If you are headed outdoors, dress in layers and keep your hands and head covered to protect against frostbite. Hazard weather outlook here. Day 1 tonight, blizzard warning, and day 2 for 7, Sunday for Friday. Blizzard warning and a wind chill warning here, and be a low probably for another coastal storm Tuesday night and Wednesday. And wind chill headlines likely needed again Wednesday night and Thursday night. Okay. Timing on the storm. Alright, let's take a look at the timing on the storm here. Right now, you're going to be in the snowbands there. The light snowbands by about 5 o'clock. Okay, you're going to be in the bands from now until around 9 o'clock. And you'll be low on the action here, but it'll be snow, and expect the snow will be started by about 4 a.m. in the morning here with the heaviest. Some dark blues will be heavy bands of snow around Plymouth County by about 6 in the morning here. And then 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock be the heaviest snow. Expect to be heaviest be on the Cook Cape Ann here and around South Shore, Massachusetts, and up in the Cape Ann here. And going to be moving out by about tomorrow afternoon here. And the snow will end, but the winds will continue. We'll see some wind chill readings below zero here. And expect snowfall rates from 9 to 12 inches here. 9 to 12 inches by much of eastern Massachusetts and the sea coast of New Hampshire here. Up to 1.5 snow up in the main coastline here. And west of the Regency, 4 to 9 inches of snow by about central and western portions of New England and up in the New York State. Alright! 7-day forecast. It goes like this here. Tonight, snow before 11 p.m., then snow likely between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m., and then snow after 2 a.m. Lower around 17 degrees southwest, wind about 5 to 9 miles coming north after midnight, and winds could gust high as 24 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 9%. Total nighttime snow accumulation of 3 to 5 inches possible. For Sunday, snow with areas of blowing snow before noon, then areas of blowing snow and a chance of snow between noon and 4 p.m. Then areas of blowing snow and a slight chance of snow after 4 p.m. and high near 19 degrees and wind chill values as low as 7 below. Wind with a north. Winds about 17 22 miles per hour, increasing to 24 2. 29 miles per hour in the afternoon, and winds could gust high as 55 miles per hour. So chance of precipitation is 100% here, and no snow accumulation of 3 to 5 inches possible. And Sunday night, there's a blowing snow, mostly clear sky with a low around 4 below. Wind chill values as low as 23 below. Plus, we with a northwest wind about 15 to 24 miles per gust high as 47 miles per hour. For Washington's birthday, south sky about 13 degrees. Wind chill values as low as 24 below. West wind about 14 to 60 miles per gust high as 30 miles per hour. For Monday night, mostly clear sky low about 2 below. West wind about 5 to 13 miles per hour. For Tuesday, mostly south sky about 21 degrees. So that it's still likely to be after 4 a.m. Mostly cloudy sky low about 11 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 6%. For Wednesday, still likely with some mostly cloudy sky about 27 low about 2. Chance of precipitation is 6%. For Thursday, mostly cloudy sky about 17 low about 2 below. Friday, mostly cloudy sky about 15 low about 1. And for Saturday, sunny skies about 25 degrees. Here's what a phrase of the day: a snowy Sunday attack. Viewers, have a good evening. I'll see you for an 11 o'clock report. Have a good evening.